Hi, my name is Tylman-Mikiewicz. I'm the head of Volvos Concept Center out in California. I've always been very passionate about cars. And so my first complete statement when I was a kid was "a car is driving," if you translate that from Polish. Professionally, I've been spending a lot of time in a marketing discipline, and coming out here and having the opportunity to be the head of this concept center and work in a consumer-driven or consumer insight-driven product development process was a great and very interesting opportunity for me. One of the most exciting projects I've been working on it was the whole marketing strategy and the launch behind the V60 plug-in hybrid, which is Europe's best-selling diesel plug-in hybrid car. It was a very sort of satisfying to see that the fact that we understood those type of consumers, and we had a great technology that could meet their needs, actually worked really well in the marketplace, and it took off, and it has now pioneered the rollout of Volvo's plug-in hybrid technology. I get inspired in different ways, and depending on where we are in a project, you might use sort of different tools. I do believe a lot in getting inspired by experiences. The great thing about being here in Los Angeles is that we have access to this fantastic city which has a strong car culture, and just by immersing ourselves with consumers and observing what goes on in their lives, you can find those small gems of insight that you can then act on, as you know, whether you're a car designer or a user experience designer or an automotive engineer in this team. In the plug-in hybrid project, we had the challenge of communicating and creating a user interface for the different modes that are in the car. So we sat down and discussed how we could solve this, and we were discussing it over and over again, and we couldn't really find a good way of implementing that functionality in the user interface. And then we decided to simply go downtown in Gothenburg for a different purpose, to meet up with an agency to talk about a few things related to the project. And going to their office, they had a funky elevator which had very cool looking buttons. Then it struck us that okay, then maybe we're sort of overcomplicating this issue, and maybe creating a row of very simple, elegant looking buttons that would explain the different functionalities in a very straightforward way was the simplest way to solve this. What we liked particularly about that the buttons in the elevator was that they also formed a message, and that's something that we then took on. So the end result of that was that on the center stack in the plug-in hybrid, you now have 3 buttons saying pure hybrid and power, but if you read that out, it also says pure hybrid power, which is sort of a statement rather than just being the functionality of the 3 different modes. I look forward to autonomous cars. I think that will be the largest change in this industry since the industry was born roughly 100 years ago. The psychological aspects that we're thinking about when it comes to autonomous cars are really related to a couple of factors. So one of them is what you already brought up, which is the feeling of control and being in command. Another one is well-being factors. A third one is factors related to issues like motion sickness. So there's a wealth of psychological factors that need to be taken into account to create a great driving experience in an autonomous car. In one aspect, it's about the technology that gives the cars the capability to drive themselves, but I think personally, and we're pretty convinced here in the studio, that it will definitely be a matter of people and understanding people in terms of how you deliver that service. And that will really define who will come out as a winner and a loser in this game. So.